The Craigmillar Festival Society was started when the community decided to put on its own festival. This festival was to be a showcase of local talent. Before that, there had been a belief by other people in Edinburgh, a wrongly held belief, that there wasn't much really good in Craigmillar, that certainly there wasn't much in the way of talent. But this first festival started and it showed that there was people who could sing, people who could write poetry, people who could draw, etc. Nowadays, the Craigmillar Festival Society runs an arts centre. It's a converted church building, and in the arts centre we have facilities for drama rehearsals, a dark room for photography where local people can develop their own photographs. We've got space for a drawing class and a video camera that people can borrow and have access to. And on Sunday afternoons there's local bands come in and practice. There's actually a waiting list for the bands because there's so many people who want to come. Apart from work in the arts centre, we do a bit of outreach work. Art workers go and visit groups in the area to do murals, to do drawing classes with parents and children's groups. The highlight of the year in Craigmillar is the annual festival, which happens usually in the first 2 weeks of June. The main part of the festival is the community musical, and the concept of a community musical where we bring in professional directors and musicians to lead the cast of local people was really, I think, born in Craigmillar. This year during the festival we had a poetry night, we had the Scottish Theatre Ballet came and did some dance workshops with children. There was football. Football played quite a big part in the festival this year. There was a number of competitions. There was a special event for the disabled and other social events for children. So the area really resounds to the sound and sights of festival during the summer. Our belief is that everyone has talent, that talent's sometimes locked away inside people, and we have to find the right keys to bring it out. So the Arts Centre and the festival takes its part in doing that. In this day and age, when the government is encouraging people to measure things in money and there's an air of materialism around, I think the arts can lift people beyond that, and it's something that can give people a boost. It can increase people's confidence. I mean, we've got more than 20 people coming to the adult drama group here on a Tuesday night, people who've never performed before, but they come and they enjoy it and they can express themselves and perhaps even better equip themselves to face the world and to challenge the world. Yeah, Craigmillar, I think, is a pioneer in the arts, community arts field, and I think the whole community benefits greatly. Amongst communities in Edinburgh, I think Craigmillar is more advanced in the way of getting itself together and getting people organised.
Well, neighbourhood workers are generally local people. At one time they always were local, had to live locally, but now if we're looking for a specialised worker, we might have somebody who doesn't live within the area. They're the sort of people who, in a street, people would turn to for help and advice anyhow. You know, the sort of people who people would go to write letters and things for them. And they work, their base is the information office down the stair. They work dealing with GSS claims, housing problems, drug-related problems, any problems that come up within a community like Craigmillar, and it can be varied. We deal with clients from very young folk to very old people. In fact, we've always said we deal with people from the cradle to the grave. We run playgroups. We run lunch clubs for the elderly, lunch clubs for housebound and disabled, The clubs for the housebound, in particular on a Saturday, is the only one that runs in Edinburgh on a Saturday. So that allows folk who are stuck in the house to be out at the weekend. It gives them a sort of, it's more than just a lunch club, it's a social club. If the weather's good, they'll go out. If the weather's not so good, they'll stay in the back room, play bingo, have a chat. They have lots of social events, they go out, they organise outings. During the summer they go on trips. We have a club for the mentally handicapped and socially isolated. There's a day centre in particular for socially isolated, which is run daily except a Wednesday. And then on a Wednesday night there's what we have called the Wednesday Family Club, which is a club for mentally handicapped and some physically handicapped as well. And the club's open to not just the youngsters or the handicapped, it's open to families as well, so it's quite unique in that fact that the whole family can come along to the club if they so wish and become involved. In fact, a lot of the parents are volunteers. A lot of the neighbourhood work that we do, we depend a lot on volunteers, and some of the clubs actually wouldn't run without those folk coming in and doing a bit of voluntary work. We run youth clubs for teenagers, and there's another youth club for older teenagers. We've got after school clubs for primary school children. They run from, the after school club runs from the Hut and Greenlight School. Youth clubs run from the Hut, which is Long and Midget Primary School. Yeah, we've got a new urban pre and after school care. It's what it's geared at people, parents who may be going back to college or out to work. We also have the Craigmillar Women project, was also an urban aid project. That project deals solely with women's issues, and that can be absolutely anything that relates to women. You can find out about women's health matters, women's employment issues, social outings. They organise a lot of social events, they run a creche. They have a lot of talks that are geared towards women solely, and that project is based in Greenlight Road and is a brilliant project. All our projects work closely with all the other agencies in the area, Social Work Department, the new local District Council Office, other urban aid projects based in the area. We've got strong links with the Jack Cane, and our first task is to work with the people out in the community and try and make their life and living a bit better for them as far as possible.
The Society has been involved in government employment and training schemes since their conception in 1976, through which times we have always tried and mostly succeeded to deliver quality schemes. In a few years, the funding for these government training schemes has been cut dramatically, but even so the Society has still succeeded in placing over 100 people per year into full-time employment. At the moment, the Society runs a innovative YT East T Unify scheme, the first of its kind, I believe, in Scotland, where we bring both adult and youth trainees together in workshops and projects. We cover through this Unify scheme joinery training in our own workplace in Castlebrae Business Centre, which we employ 2 members of staff to deliver the training. We have a print workshop again in Castlebrae, again with 2 members of staff, and an admin section with 1 member of staff. Outside projects, we have a painting decorating section with 2 members of staff who deliver a valuable service to the community as well as training both the young and adult participants on the scheme. We also have a construction section, again with 2 members of staff employed in that. The Society is funded for these projects through Lothian Enterprise Limited, and we hope to continue this funding in the future. Through the Edinburgh District Council and European Social